it's fucked up what they're doing to him because he helped so many artists like become bigger, gave them their first #1s, gave them careers, and now he's
incredibly
looked at,
whack.
and now he's looked at like, oh, he just used all these people for his advantage.
Incredibly whack. And also, this is, you know, they always say like,
but it don't. Sorry to interrupt you. It don't matter because with everything, first of all, nothing gets changed here. All the Kendrick fans, the Drake haters, they get satisfied by what Kendrick's done, and then all the Drake fans, they either love what Drake did or they go, he lied, so it doesn't count. Okay. Nobody moves at all. Everybody just wants whatever they feel to be valid. I know you said that. Everybody just wants whatever they feel to be validated. It's no different than politics, no different than, we have the feeling already. Everybody on the West Coast right now, where it's been a minute since the West Coast really had like a real, I don't want to say that Kendrick wasn't the top guy, but it's been a while since the West Coast has like dominated
first time since the 90s
in some sort of way. Everybody's fucking so excited by this. They're like, yo, we're back on top. We fucking got this. We're the baddest motherfuckers. So their egos are satisfied. So obviously there's frustration, I'm sure, with Drake fans. Like, man, we really want to just clobber him and we didn't get this dub. But I don't think everybody just leaves Drake as a Drake fan. They've built too long.
I don't think everybody, but you said it's like politics, and swing voters is what decides the winner.
Well said.
Right now.
But here's the thing that people don't realize about politics. Swing voters still only vote based on their identity. That identity hasn't really been swung. It's just been moved from side to side. So for example, the swing voter, like that middle America voter, that guy, if the Republican is saying we're opening the factory and the Democrat saying we're closing the factory, they swing Republican. If the Democrat is saying we're opening the factory, the Republican saying we're closing, they go Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is they're not real swing. Nobody's going to change sides in this battle. You just go towards whatever your identity wants. And with those swing voters, as they call them, their identity does not change. They just go to whoever is going to fulfill their identity. Yeah, the same thing happens in these battles.
We're just saying that, like, now, if somebody was going for that top spot, I'm the best. So I think Kendrick has swayed people to give him that crown.
Yeah,
he got the crown right now.
If both of them dropped an album this year, I think Kendrick could outsell.
Yeah. That's what's crazy.
He would outsell first.
But I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over.
Consumption right now is like, people want to see Kendrick, and it's going to be interesting when he does. They want to see him have the run with him finally having the crown, right? And Drake fans are not leaving. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Drake fans, like, he's still going to be the guy. And that's why I think Drake should just be like, he should look at this and be like, wait, I fucked up in giving this guy his first solo #1. And so many people are now on his side.
I hate saying shit and it takes y'all an hour to say it. I really hate saying shit. Is that what's happening now? I say shit, you guys go, nah. And then an hour later, you just say it and I'm supposed to go, you got a good point?
No one actually discounted that. We're saying that wasn't the
what I'm saying is
reason.
Drake still gave him a #1. It's still a feature.
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
It's a feature, bro.
No, of course. No,
you know what I mean? But if your #1 comes off the diss battle from the biggest guy, it's a feature.
No, I'm still acknowledging that. Yeah. What I was always saying is that this guy was always either 1A or 2. Like, he's
phenomenal. Like, again, that's why there's two different conversations. One is like, is this guy like musically prolific? Of course, he's amazing at making music. He's amazing at rap. Like, Kendrick is, I don't even think Drake would even utter the words, he's bad at this. Like, I think the reason the fact that he's even beefing with him is because he goes, this guy's awesome at this.
I respect
and I want people to know that I'm more awesome. That's what he's thinking.
No, of course.
But to me, that's that insecurity. It's like, if he just knows he's more awesome, and he has the validation of the people coming out to the shows, the fan base, the ticket sales, literally every metric except the fans of the other guy, which you'll never sway anyway. The fans of the other guy are never going to be swayed. What I'm saying is it's a misstep based on his, what I perceive as, and we all have this as performers, we're like, I just want to win everybody over. What if these people who don't like me?
I think you look at it like a comic, but that's not what, like in hip hop, it's a really contact adversarial sport.
What I'm saying is you could do it without dedicating the whole song, which we agreed earlier, which is you just put out a banger that got a little few bars to Kendrick, and then you make him put out the whole song first. By you putting out the whole song first, I think it gives Kendrick...
I always thought that. I always thought him going first. But again, here's the thing too. Kendrick has had the patience of waiting 10 years. And Drake, like, you know, Drake told me something, like, because he just went on like an 84 city tour. He dropped 3 albums, went on 84. Like, the dude is exhausted. Right? Before he could go on vacation, this motherfucker dissing him. he wants to get this over with now. He just wants to do it now. He's like, all right, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna get this done. And Kendrick has the advantage of, I could just play the whack-a-mole thing and be like, all right, well, I'll be back later.
Yeah.
You know? And I think Drake cooked up something, but hoping to hear what Kendrick was gonna come with. And it was clear Kendrick wasn't gonna drop again. And he's just like, yo, what do I really gotta do to make this guy rap? Like, you know, he's kind of posting on the gram like, yo, what's up? Any day now. And he's like, fuck it. I guess I have to start it off. However, I think that played into Kendrick's strategy because he was counterpunching. If we're thinking about it, like, yo, I'm counterpunching. Okay.
It looks thirsty almost. It's like,
okay, you're trying to hit me with the hit song with push-ups? Okay, bet. Let me give you this layered song about how I'm about to just dissect everything you got going on. Then Drake is like, okay, all right, let me try to play your game a little bit and let me kind of cycle. And, oh, you're obsessed with these rumors because, oh, you were touched as a child. I remember you said that on your song. And he's now doing that. And Kendrick's like, psych, I got a club hit too, motherfucker. So
strategically, Kendrick played it better.
Oh, strategically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He is.
Yeah. And Drake is a top tier chess player.
Yeah.
Also, telling Drake,
those little tidbits, yo, I have the van that's the replica, I guess it's a replica of that van that was on your first album cover. I crushed it in my video. Oh, okay. The place you shouted out for my city, New Hope King, I'm in there just chilling, showing you that I'm the boss of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing all these things that against, like, I always said, thank God that Meek Mill was so fucking stupid because like that nigga was just playing like, yo, he was playing like bingo. Like Drake was just running circles around him. But he's going at a guy who's just a master chess player that you can't even see his moves anywhere else. Yeah. Like someone actually said this. They said, hey, listen, Drake may have got a little bit of a big head, no diddy, because of the win over Meek. And one of those things where it's just that Meek just madly and badly misplayed his hand.
Apparently he was like heavily on drugs at that time.
Yeah, but think about this, right? If Pusha T had Drake fall back with a confirmation of a child, well, what's the biggest like expose you could have had of a rapper to that time? It would have been, you don't write your rhymes. Except you know how he fumbled it? The nigga tweeted it out 3 weeks before he made a song about it. It's like, if he had revealed that on a song out of the blue, motherfucker, you don't write your rhymes. And we're like, huh? What are you talking about? Then just play the reference tracks. We might look at that differently.
And the song sucked.
Yeah, the song sucked.
You're right.
All right, that's a prerequisite. Become a little bit better of a rapper.
Yeah.
Or just don't.
You gotta keep this real. Did Drake feed him that information about the daughter? Because he's claiming that he fed him the information. I don't think he did. I think he's just claiming what the internet is saying.
Be objective, Ak.
I do believe the daughter thing. I don't believe the other things. So
I didn't even know that was up for debate. I thought it was like fact that he fed the information.
No.
That's interesting.
I think the other thing,
your picture in the back of some fuzzy girl in the video and saying, "Oh, this happens to be the same."
No. I think he did feed that because I could tell they were trying to recently feed like, yo, the other street dudes that usually hold down OVO in Toronto, they're getting tired of him. He hasn't been feeding the wolves. And I saw him randomly just beefing. They're like, fuck OVO. Yeah, the tide has changed now. What's up? Yo, you better put someone in the books. And I'm like, okay, you're trying to get them to feed into an angle. And I think I even said to Drake, I said, those your boys still, man. Like, I'm not buying that shit. The one thing I don't think that was staged was I do believe that his father probably went on vacation with some girl and his suitcase got stolen. I do think, like, because that doesn't, why would you have prescriptions with your name and shit like that? Like, you know what I mean? If you're trying to stage, like, I think he did a good job on Family Matters to own it, to be like, hey, well, the Maybach glove was in there because of me and blah, blah. That didn't really make sense. I didn't even ask him about that, though. So, I don't know.
But then why did Kendrick remove the cover art?
Well,
I think it only got removed on Apple, I think.
Well, yeah, you can't upload to DSPs like an actual medical script. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, the guy's name and address is on it. You know what I mean?
Still don't believe Drake fed him that because he would have said it right away.
Yeah.
Right away, he'd have been like, hey, dummy, we fed you this information. Instead of being like, oh, I got a daughter? Nobody told me.
No, I believe he did because that is so random if Kendrick had, if he said it so confidently, he must have had it from some really reliable source. That I feel that, you know what all these guys are doing, right? Like, they're finding out information.
Yeah,
like,
how do they find out information on one another? This is kind of fun.
Well, Pusha T said it. Pusha T said, everybody thinks that Kanye told me. No. 40 was pillow talking to a girl. They're all smashing the same girls.
Yeah. What'd I say?
They're all smashing the same girls.
There's 1,000 girls that just get dicked down by all famous people.
I found out that Metro Boomin hated Drake before it was like universally known. I found that out because a chick he smashed in LA, I smashed in LA. And you know, we're all talking, and a girl always wants to impress you by flexing the other popping guy she's fucked with, and they always just tell every detail. So I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, yeah, he hates the fuck out of Drake. I'm like, oh shit. But then the same thing kind of came up again where people heard.
Did you find out why?
I still don't know why. I just know that he doesn't.
How you know they're not using you? Shit. How do you know the girls aren't sent to smash you, pillow talk with you?
Have you ever thought that Akademiks is working for me?
No. Because me and Metro don't get along. So I'm like,
but what I'm saying is you could be doing stuff that you don't even realize that you're doing.
Oh, no. That probably is like, this is a really convoluted game, which I realize, I think Future and Drake, they're beefing over women. I think that's a really simple thing to kind of.
Why are they beefing over women? I'm like, this is such a confusing notion that guys would beef over women that they're not even trying to wife.
I mean, it's not about the women, it's about the respect, I think.
There's power in the ego, though.
I think they're saying things to these women, and then the women are saying stuff, relaying it back to the guys. So it's like, oh, fuck with him. So it's not that we fuck same girl. It's like, no, I know you don't like me because this girl told me.
Is there a thing
like a random girl that's supposed, I don't know if she fucked Future, but she being around it when I was trying to figure out, I'm like, yo, why haven't Future and Drake been around each other? Like a girl who's like get invited to these little parties that they do, and you know they're around like fly on the wall type shit. While some of these conversations was like Future was super pissed off that Drake did an album with 21 Savage.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why? Because they beef like crazy.
That's why I was a little confused, because like he did an album with you, but according to the person who I got it from, they were like, hey, he felt that Drake used him at that time to have that cultural equity within the clubs in Atlanta, because
and then Future used him to have the cultural equity within the masses, and then everybody mutually benefits. If anybody, Future benefited more.
But for them, they feel like, well, if you're going to come back to Atlanta and do it with another rapper, it should be me. That's what I've heard. But there's probably like a bunch of nuances.
I'm like, so
it's like high school. I'm being honest. It's really like high school. Like all of this shit is like high school.
Because most people who want to be famous are insecure, myself included. I'm not gonna act like, you know, most of us try to work on it, but some don't. And then it's just, especially I think if you're famous young, there's no need to work on yourself.
And there's some thought that, hey, some people are just like, the dude's fucking flying around this bitch with a jumbo jet and got a $400 million contract, while these guys, if they get $15 million, which is, by the way, it's funny watching Drake and Rick Ross argue about money. And Drake says to him, yo.
Your house looks like a slice of cheese.
Yeah. And he says, like, yo, keep being Brett Barish's bitch. Like, basically, that's the guy who owns the Spirits. Bel
Air is
Bel Air and all that. Yeah. And if you look at Ross, like, Ross will be dissing everybody in the world with the bottles in his hand. Like he's always promoting. So
he's funny, dude. Rick Ross is genuinely funny.
That was one of the times I thought Drake was going on script. I think he was losing what the people cared about. Like, we like funny shit.
Yeah, and like, you're not gonna be Rick on funny.
Yeah, Rick say white boy and BBL Drizzy was funny. I'm sorry,
like, phenomenal.
And Drake had that misstep with the whole texting his mom thing. Like, that was corny.
What was that?
Like, he showed a screenshot of him say, "Oh, mom, Rick is being racist" or whatever. Like, even though it probably wasn't a real text to his mom, but the fact that he tried to put it out that way was real.
Calling a guy racist. Yeah.
Calling a guy racist that is going to use the fact that you're not in the culture and you're a white boy, you're kind of proving that.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Huge misstep.
As a white guy, I was like, that is kind of racist. Kind of related to that the most of anything. That was the best diss I've ever seen.
Hey, I think Drake should just, hit song his
What's the next move? What is the next move for Drake?
Hit song his way out of this.
Now, hit song meaning about Kendrick or just about something else?
Give him 3 lines here or there. Still a bitch.
But a nice for what? A God's plan.
Yeah, I'm still bigger than you. Hey, listen, you're the liar that, I gave you a couple of weeks, but that's it. Yeah.
Now, here's the problem. You put out you try to put out the hit song, you try to do it, and then it flops or doesn't work. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what Drake does best? Just do a collab. Yeah. Go to one of the guys, which is, by the way, this is one of the most interesting parts I've been looking at. Who still stands with
who's choosing sides? Exactly.
Like, I've seen people, I've seen a lot of artists who you could tell, and that's what I was saying before when you cut me off. I was saying with every like billionaire, they have the story of you fucked over like 10 people, or you had to, right? I think Drake, what we're watching now, especially the silence, is a lot of people who not necessarily fucked over, but they might feel ever so slighted. Yo, remember when I just came in a game and you hopped on my song? And then I got a little cool and I said, yo, could you give me another verse and you left me on red, motherfucker?
But he already put you on. This is where it's like
no, because
we're also speculating.
In music, it's more of these genuine relationships, not where you're only fucking with me when it's convenient. Those people become a little bit salty. Like, yeah, I'm salty at you that they feel essentially used, even though it's really mutual, right?
It's not even mutual. I mean, if you're an up and coming artist, and then the biggest artist alive does a song with you, the only person that benefits from that is the up and coming artist.
Let me say this.
It's like
Roddy Ricch. Roddy Ricch had a song with Drake. It got leaked. It's called In the Cut. The real song never came out. Roddy Ricch, obviously, when he dropped The Box, was one of the most popular artists on the earth. Afterwards, subsequently, his career kind of cooled out a bit.
Yeah.
He just had a song with Drake that it just didn't come out, though. I think he might feel away. I think he might, not like salty, but it's just like, okay, I'm not in the same space I was when we cut that record. That got leaked and didn't come out. Maybe you don't want to do another record. Now when I see Kendrick going at you, I'm a little bit more pro Kendrick. Like, he's now, West Coast Crody. You know what I mean? Like, he's so I think Drake is watching, and we can't really see any artists standing with Drake. 21 Savage, right? Just brought him on tour and sent third. Of course, 21 fucks with Drake, but he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's from Atlanta. You can't go against Future. Future is king in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I remember doing an interview with 21 and he told me, in Atlanta, Future is bigger than Drake. Like, the people of Atlanta care more about Future than Drake, right? So he can't go against Future. And then his man is also Metro. So he's like noticeably absent and quiet. And Drake is kind of out here fighting by himself. Yes. The second thing we've also not seen during the Meek Mill thing, when all that was going on, Drake was popping up in Houston clubs, got bitches shaking their ass to back. It looked like he was the culture. Like, he was what people were liking outside. And I'm watching now, look like Drake is stuck in the booth. And even though we haven't seen Kendrick, his music seems to be outside. Like, everybody's dancing to the song. Like,
I don't think he's stuck in the booth. I think it looks, at least appears, he's trying to keep the women on his side. Like, he's popping up at Nicki shows. He's popping up at Sexy Red shows. Like,
not during the beef.
Yeah, recently he was on tour with Nicki. Like, not on tour, but he did like a few different dates with Nicki.
That's after he dropped push-ups. Like, shit got to another.
Not since this next level.
Yeah. No, that's what he's winning. I'm winning. When you're winning,
I'm outside.
It's a good time when you win it. It's a real good time when you win it.
Yeah.
And it's just odd how no one is speaking up for Drake.
I think
so. If I'm Drake, right?
Yeah.
And I built the way I orchestrated my career is, instead of, and there are some artists that have done this, trying to shut down every new artist that comes out of fear that they're going to take them over, like literally trying to like squash and silence careers. Instead going, I'm going to give you your first hit. I'm going to give you your first hit so that when you blow up, you remember me, we can continue to work together, and you'll always remember that, we built something good and I'm going to put you on. And maybe he really likes putting people on. Maybe I know Joe Rogan likes putting on new talent. He's done it with so many of us. He enjoys it. He doesn't ask for nothing back. He literally just enjoys putting on people who are nice. So maybe there's a part of Drake like that, and he's done it with so many people. Now, when Joe's going through anything, he got a lot of motherfuckers like me that are ready to just start swinging because we know how important he was. Same thing with Charlotte. Charlotte going through anything, I'm riding with Charlotte till the end of times. So it's like, if there's anything that affects any of those guys, We're riding. If I'm Drake right now, I would be kind of hurt that I put all these fucking people on, did all these songs with these people who are really, you could say, oh, they're popping, They were no names in terms of international play before he puts them on. Probably has made them, through that, millions and millions of dollars, right? I'm very vocal about the credit, who I give credit to, the people who put me on. Very vocal, right? I'm sure those people in some way must feel, if they're like reasonable human beings, and then nobody talking, nobody speaking up, I'd be tight, bro.
Well, also, they don't want to go against the other side. And also, this is...
What the other side do?
But that's what's great.
Well,
now you're playing politics.
Well, here's the thing, too. I think there's a lot of people in the industry that...
Resent that motherfucker.
No, but beyond that, they have looked at Drake and they have really maybe seen a little bit behind the curtain, and they respect him less now.
What does that mean?
There was a time when they felt that he was the instant, I get on a verse, it's going crazy, it's going to affect shit. Like, I think now people look at him and be like, well, what is Drake if he doesn't have a Yachty next to him? Or if he's not riding this wave? They don't look at him as untouchable anymore.
Do you think I'm playing devil's advocate because, again, I'm the Drake hater on the team. Do you think it says something that none of those guys will go to bat? Because there's nothing anybody could say about you to make me go, I believe you, I'm going to stay quiet. I'll die for this guy. Weird? You'll die for... But that's the thing. Telling thing. Is it not telling? I'm actually asking you, do you think it's telling that nobody's coming? Do you think that says something about Drake more than the people? You see what I'm saying? Nobody. Like, is every one of these guys shitty? You see what I'm saying?
I mean, in this business, you get people who are incredibly desperate for fame, and they're incredibly, in our business too, and they're willing to do, like I just had a buddy who said that they weren't going to do something, or they were going to cancel something. I'm going to try to be vague here. And they were going to cancel something because doing it was getting them a lot of hate. And that thing that they were going to do is with somebody who really, kind of put them on and give them opportunities, etc. But just because they were worried about their career and what was going on with them, they're like, I got to cancel it. So people are going to prioritize themselves first. But I hear the point you're making, which is like, oh shit, maybe our perception is that he's so benevolent, he's helping all these guys, when maybe they don't really see it that way. Is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah, like zero people are coming. There should be one person, I would think. Now, granted, I think you were first to support Rogan, and that helped open up. I was supposed to actually do, after his controversy happened, I was supposed to do the pod that Monday, which was crazy, but like never crossed my mind to not do it. I was like, man, this guy's helped out Schulz. Schulz has helped out you. He's offering you this platform. You do this fucking podcast. There's no question about it. There's no one doing that for Drake. Zero people. And again, I am biased. I don't know if he's a bad guy. So maybe I shouldn't present this, but
they got say something. All these guys are industry friends. Like all that twin shit. Like they're not really friends. And so it's like,
is there one human being, just one human being, who's like, yeah, this is a good guy, I'm gonna vouch.
Yeah, but it's not them vouching as a good guy. They would have to go against.
If Birdman is the only guy defending you, what's going on?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The industry is against him. Like all of these guys.
This is a great point.
Yeah, like put like this.
If you're industry friends and the industry is against him, then you're going to side with the industry because you see your security, safety, and longevity within the industry.
Yeah, I guess
it just exposes that these friendships and my twin, my dog.
Metro said it earlier. Everyone has to pick a side. If you pick Drake's side, you ain't get beats. You almost have to hope that he survives it. Well, obviously he'll survive, but he'll survive for Drake. Will Drake still have that ability to help you? Because now you're making an enemy of the Weeknd. You're making an enemy of Metro Boomin, Future, all of these guys who there's much more that's not present. Like
this is
there's
why,
a whole faction.
This is why like being able to have your own audience and create your own shit, like not feeling so dependent, is so important. We can go to war for Joe, we can go to war for Charlotte, we can go to war for any of the people that we really care about, right? Because we are not dependent on the industry. The second you are dependent, the second, oh, fuck, man, the only hit I ever had was with Metro. And if I say this, Metro not going to feed me any more beats. And then what if I just bought a house and then my kid's in private school and shit, I won't be able to pay. All right, let me just be quiet. Yeah, you're shackled by your ties to the industry in that regard.
I'm still wondering, though, what the fuck did he do to all these guys?
That's what I'm trying to ask.
How don't you know this shit?
Well, I mean, like, again.
Could you speculate?
Okay.
Just speculate.
Well, we've just heard bullshit reasons. Like, reasons that are just, like, very light on the
girls,
surface.
like...
Yeah, like,
everybody
things like that. I mean, Rick Ross on his song, he said, yo, it's because you sent a cease and desist. But, like...
That ain't it.
Like, the guy who you're mad at, like, French is still following Drake. There's a deeper issue, and I seen Metro allude to it. He said, stop acting like the reason we fell out is because of a girl. You didn't fuck my girl. I'll spare you.
He said I'll spare us both, to be fair, because he was going to look bad too. To be fair to Drake. Metro, whatever the reason was going to be, he said, the reason I'm not telling you is going to make both of us look bad.
Did he say that?
No.
He said that.
He said I'll spare both of us. But he says you look much worse.
Yeah.
If I tell what it is, but I'll spare both of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I read it as if like, oh, if I say what happened, I'm gonna be embarrassed, but you're gonna look like the bad guy.
Yeah. But I think what we're all trying to say here is it would make Drake look way worse, which is why Drake won't come out with it. He still looks stupid.
Yeah.
Metro will still look, he'll have some sort of negative feeling about it, but not as bad as potentially Drake. So maybe this has happened time and time again, and enough people have been affected that nobody's coming out.
I even asked Drake. Well, I was like, yo.
I mean, I don't know. It's your guys' business. I don't know.
Well, I mean, and I don't think he's gonna. This is probably, again, the mere fact that we've gotten 2 albums, a bunch of diss songs, and none of these guys have said, you did A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
Like, that's odd. Like, we're beefing and fighting, but we can't even address the reasons why. What Drake has told me was like, yo, he honestly just feels it comes from, like, people viewing his position. Like, you know, the
jealousy, envy.
Jealousy, the fact that he's at the top. He got the jet, the lifestyle, the money. And because of whatever, maybe wrong or slight, even sometimes if he doesn't intend it, they may have just, like, harbored feelings for him. But I still look at him like, not this amount of niggas just come like, yo, it's time to get him today.
There is some validity to jealousy. We all get jealous, we all whatever, but when a guy at the top writes off everything as they're just jealous, I don't fully believe that either. You know what I mean? That's not 100%.
And especially it looks even weirder when you're the guy, you're the guy that took Jay-Z's motto to Super Saiyan when you put your hand around the new guy.
Yeah.
Like, if every comic went against Joe Rogan and wouldn't say why, you would probably have to say, what the fuck did Joe do? The easy thing to say is, well, you're jealous of his spot. But it's like, well, he's kind of helped all y'all.
Yeah.
And
this is a fucking great conspiracy right here.
Yeah, no, I really don't know. Like,
anybody who spent time with Joe will vouch for Joe. He's a great fucking guy, blah, blah, blah. That's not happening.
That none of these has anybody vouched for Drake?
Birdman.
Yachty, I'm sure Yachty's been.
I don't even know if Yachty's come out.
Because Yachty had liked a post that seemingly was dissing the other guys, and he said, no, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, it's your man's. Like, you guys paint your nails together. You got to stand on it. There's time. Like, yo, you get the little gel joints done together. You got to stand on it right now.
They just did a podcast together on the beach with
who's Zach something? Kendrick said you're playing dirty with Zach.
So Zach Bia
he's
Twitter
alluding to, or he's accusing Drake, because that's another angle that masterful. Like, he's defeated every possible angle Drake could go. Like, number one, all right, there's the angle of, hey, the venue for this beef is Akademiks stream, and he's the number 1 Drake fan. How does this play out? Like, you know what he says? He's compromised. Like, he hits everything. And so the Zach Bia thing is, at first, the internet lopsidedly was like, yo, it's Drake. And Kendrick kind of negates it by kind of like trying to air out and put into air. Drake is using a whole bunch of bots. Zach Bia is a guy who's, I think he manages Yeet, but like, there are these nefarious individuals that kind of make narratives happen.
Bot man.
Well, that's what he's alluding to. Yeah, you're the bot guy. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you're cooking up the bots with Drake. You know what I mean? And him kind of like throwing certain things into the air.
You got to listen to these songs.
I know.
You drive me crazy. He's speaking with so much authority. I sent him every song in order.
He did. Now, to be fair, I've never spoken authority about the music.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You got to.
That's
Buddy, not like us.
No, you have
Not
to.
like us is such a fucking banger.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yo,
It's hard.
yo, I
It is the
promise you.
back-to-back of
Hold
this
on.
battle.
Yeah.
2 minutes a song.
Yeah, yo,
I
yo,
can't do this
I
in
promise.
Give it 2.
7
Give it 2.
minutes.
If Meet the Grams
Yeah.
was actually all factual,
Yeah.
It's insane.
it would be probably one of the biggest knockout punches we've seen. To not only reveal, and I wrote a verse to your mom explaining that this industry has corrupted her son and turned him into a pedophile. Let's say that's also was real, which that's not real, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I showed how you've neglected actual real responsibility, chase the worst things that comes along with fame, the things that you think I'm jealous of you for, till you have not only, it's not just like parenting, it was just like, you're hiding another child. He's like, he's dropping these lines like, you call yourself the boy, I'm gonna help you turn to the man. Like, that's kind of like, it's taking you just can't listen to Drake just talk about, yo, I'm going to the club to fuck some bitches no more.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's basically saying, this guy's a piece of shit and a creep.
Yeah, fuck a rap beef. It's a war with yourself.
Y'all want to listen to this guy?
Crazy.
For the turn up?
I should have listened to that.
So when I heard that one, I was like,
good thing it was lies. I was like, the whole time I'm listening.
Nah, listen to that.
I was like, then I found out it was lies. I was like, whoa, dodge the fucking bullet.
If anybody ever picked me apart or exposed me in that way,
Dodge the bullet, man.
I have to off myself.
Yeah, I don't
he
count
picks him
that
apart
song.
in a way that it's like he can't recover from. If the stuff was real, yeah, he wouldn't
with
recover.
lies.